happy as always to be here to lead you through your yoga practice. And I really hope that this gentle stretching, whenever you've been able to get it in, has been able to further guide you into your self exploration and into your wellness journey. So I'm just really grateful for all of you who have been on this path with me. So we're going to start on our backs. Bring a body pillow or a bolster. You see I have my handy dandy long pillow. Place it on the ground, and I'm going to have you bring it along the spine. So you're going to pull the pillow, even if it's just a regular pillow, that's fine. And you might, if it's not long enough to support your back and your head, you might place another pillow on top to support your head. What we want to do is just lay the spine along that pillow and then let the palms face up and allow the feet, just the legs to drop out, feet to fall out to the side. I'm going to tilt my screen down a little bit so that you can see me on the ground. And so that might take a little bit of maneuvering. But when you get to a comfortable place, just arrive with the breath. And you might decide that you want to bring your feet together and knees apart. Usually I find that it's uncomfortable in my hips, but tonight I'm needing a little bit of extra hip stretch. Another good option is to bring the feet wide on the ground and drop the knees in towards each other. So 3 options with the legs. All really good, just depending on what you're looking for in the body. Yeah, now that we're here with palms face up, heart space open, let's all fill up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Continue that for a few more rounds, using the breath to drop the doing, to drop the thinking, and to come into your body, into this moment. Sometimes after a day of just constant movement, it can feel so good just to drop down, close the eyes, and just process everything that has come our way. So you might just do a scan of your day. Who did you come in contact with today? What did you accomplish today? What did you do? We are all busy-bodied people, so I know all of you came in contact with so many people and just did so many things that would likely fill the mind. And so for this moment, we allow ourselves to process everything that happened. It's a conscious processing rather than ruminating on one experience or conversation. Deciding to think on each moment so that when it comes time to really put the thinking brain aside, we can more easily do that because we've allowed ourselves in this space of stillness to go there in the thinking. And sometimes that's the benefit in finding either stillness or silence throughout the day. Of course, it's hard and nearly impossible unless you're in seated meditation to find true stillness and silence. That I've been playing with lately finding spaces of stillness and silence that I would usually fill with movement or noise, like washing the dishes with no music or TV on, or running with no music. So you turn those activities, those things that you have to move for, that you have to get done in your day, you turn them into a meditation, a moving meditation, mindfully focusing on that one task in front of you. And then we can bring our body into places of stillness like we are right now. And sometimes when that happens, the noise starts to invade our sense of peace, that noise in the head. And so we can allow it and just noticing what comes without any sense of attachment or judgment, and just letting it come as it naturally does, just like the breath. Because usually the things that are knocking on our door, those are the things that want to be acknowledged in some shape or form. And so if we never acknowledge them, we never really process the experiences, the conversations, the tasks that we're doing throughout the day, it can get to be where we're just pushing it all down and really never facing anything completely. So these moments of stillness, these moments that you can just drop the body, are really good opportunities just to notice what is going on. Let's all bring our hands to the outside of our belly, so around the ribs. And we'll take what's called square breathing. So we breathe in for 4 breaths, hold for 4 counts, and then we breathe out for 4 and hold for 4. And so we'll find the bottom of the exhale, breathe all the way out and hold at the bottom. And on your inhale, breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. In, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do that 2 more times on your own. You might take the count up to 5. And then maybe on the second round, you take it up to 6. And when you've completed that second round, just observe, come back to the natural breath in and out of the nose. You can keep your hands on the belly and just notice how that breath made you feel. Sometimes and throughout our day, but when we're moving around and not really conscious of what our bodies are doing, we can either have a tendency to hold the breath more, in, so hold the inhale, or maybe hold the exhale longer, meaning our breath is not even and steady, and that can create an imbalance in the mind and the energy. And so practice like that, a square breathing, can just help to breathe, bring your system back to balance, back to your natural state of equilibrium. If your knees are together, slowly start to guide them back towards each other. And then roll onto your arm, coming into a fetal position, resting the head on the arm, pulling the knees up into the chest, and then close your eyes just for a moment. Rest here, noticing how supported you feel in your own body, in the space that you are in. And then push your pillow to the side and come onto your back again. With the feet really wide, begin to windshield wiper the knees side to side. So you're stretching the hip flexors and the quads. So if you're on a mat, or you can imagine you're on a mat, your feet would be hanging off the mat. That's how wide they are. So finding a little water movement here, that's the flow, moving with the breath, inhaling to lift up, exhaling to drop to the side. So that when it's time to drop down, finding that earth element, our muscles can more easily or more likely be ready for that hold. So next time the knees come to the right, stay there. And you can keep your hands on your belly. I like that. It's just a really nice way to practice embodiment, connecting to your body, to your breath. So with your knees to the right, you should feel a really nice stretch all down the front of the left leg. That's a space where the psoas muscle connects in the front of the pelvis. It's really tight when we sit. It's important that we stretch it out, because if that muscle ends up getting too tight, chronically tight, it can pull actually all the way around and therefore causing pain in our low back. And so just breathe into that stretch, using each exhale as an opportunity to release something on that side. Belly breaths are always good. Sighs out of the mouth to help you release are also always good in this practice. Take 2 more rounds of breath. Good, and then bring the knees back to the center and then drop them over to the left side. So if you feel like you need a deeper stretch in the front of that left leg, just walk the right foot over to the right side a little bit further. You can think about bringing the knee in line with the navel. And then you might just close the eyes and visualize your healing breath going towards that space where you feel the deep stretch. You might notice something that feels like a smile within your body. Part of you that might feel very grateful for this opportunity to do nothing but stretch and breathe. How often in your week, in your life, do you give yourself the opportunity just to chill, just to be in your body? It's such a beautiful and sadly rare thing in today's day and our culture. And so I really thank both of you for giving yourselves this time, this opportunity to connect to you and your needs. Take 2 more breaths. Good. Inhale back to center. And exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. You might wrap your forearms or maybe just the wrist around the front of the knees and rock side to side, massaging the low back on the ground. And as you do that, lengthen the spine by pressing your sacrum in towards the ground. Should feel really good to the back. Good, and then find a happy baby, bringing hands on the outside of the feet. And again, rock side to side. Good, and then bring your hands on the inside of the feet. Maybe the peace finger wraps around the big toes. And start to straighten your legs, finding a straddle position. They don't have to straighten all the way. Maybe even just bending the knees slightly, but we're looking for a stretch through the inside of the thighs, the inner hip. And after a few rounds of breath, if your knees needed to be bent, you might find that they can slowly start to straighten. Take your time to reach the full effect of the posture. Remembering that there's no rush to get anywhere. Allow your breath to lead the way. To take you to the depth that is truly available for your body today. Take a big breath in and hold it at the top. Sip in a little bit more. And when you can't hold it anymore, let it go with a sigh and release the legs down to the ground. Feet to the ground. And as a resting posture, extend the legs long, letting the toes point out and just rest, noticing the sensations that are releasing from the legs and the hips. And then this time roll to the opposite side. So earlier you rolled to one side for your supine, for your, the fetal pose. Roll to the other side and just take 2 breaths there. And then push yourself up to a seat, sitting on that pillow that you were lying on earlier. So this is intended to be a really slow practice in general, but today I'm holding a little bit more because we are in a full moon week, and full moons tend to bring our energy really high and keep us in our heads a lot. And so my intention is to bring you more into your body and into a state of grounding. So find a comfortable seat with your legs crossed, one ankle in front of the other, palms face down for extra grounding. And we'll find just a little bit of movement, and we'll move into a meditation. On the inhale, just lift the arms out and up. Then on the exhale, bring the hands down, tap the fingertips by your side, tap the chin into the chest. Inhale, lift out and up. You might lift the gaze up. And then exhale, bring those hands down, chin to chest. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the arms up. On your exhale, this time round through the spine, push the breath down and away as you tuck the chin into the chest around the spine. So inhale to lift up. Exhale, round through the spine, drop the chin into the chest, push the palms down and away. Do that 3 more times. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up. On the exhale, fold to the left, plant the left arm, extend the right arm along the right ear. And for today, let's bring our gaze down. Deep stretch through the right side of the body. And go ahead and rotate that right wrist in one direction, drawing big circles with the right hand. And then rotate the other direction. Pause, take a big breath in. Exhale, drop a little bit deeper into the stretch. And then inhale, rise up, lift up. And exhale, fold in the other direction. Again, bring that gaze down for more of a grounding effect. And then rotate that wrist one direction. And then the other. Take a big breath in. Exhale, drop down a little heavier. Good. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring hands down to the heart. Bring one hand over the heart and the other hand over that. Close the eyes. And just notice what you feel now. You might notice that without much effort, your mind is more quiet than it was earlier. All because you've given yourself a little bit of time and space to process. And you've started to let go in the body. So relaxing the nervous system. Extend your legs long. We'll get into that meditation in a moment. I know y'all can't wait for it. And so you should still be sitting on your pillow. Let's see. Before we go anywhere, with your hands by your side, just draw circles with the ankles. Circling the feet in one direction as you spread the toes. Gosh, this feels really good for me. Ooh, I'm finding one place in the front of my foot that has a sticky spot. So if you find a place like that, you might pause in the stretch and breathe into that sensation. And then slowly start to rotate in the other direction. I did kickboxing the other day, or on Saturday, and I'm still a little sore from it. I was sore in the most random places, like around my shins and my ankles, but like my muscles sore, not so much the joints. Kind of fun. I'm doing it again this Saturday. I can't wait. Go ahead and point the toes. You feel a nice stretch in the shins and the front of the ankles. And then you might even, go ahead and do that. Shift your hands forward, massaging the shins and the outside of the ankles. You might lift your pants up so that you can really get into it. If you can reach the feet, you might bring your hands to the front of the feet, to the tops of the toes, pushing them down towards the ground. Maybe you start with the big toe and work your way over to the little toe. Just giving our body some love and attention. That's all we're doing. Nothing crazy. Good. And then, now that your feet are all relaxed, I want you to keep them relaxed. And if you have a pillow, bring a pillow on top. If you have another pillow, bring it on top of your thighs. If you don't have another pillow handy, wrap your arms under your legs. And really, you can choose either option. Where we're going is a forward fold. So either folding over the pillow or arms under the legs. Relax the feet and then lengthen the spine and take a big breath in. And then on the exhale, just drop the head down, letting the chin be heavy and towards the chest. You should feel a really nice stretch from your low back all the way up into the back of the neck. So breathe into those spaces. Should be right at your edge, the place where you can continue to breathe fully, place where you can really feel the experience, but a place that's not scary, where you can trust that your body is safe. And so just breathe there. Noticing that each exhale creates a deeper sense of relaxation and ease. So we have about 8 to 10 more breaths. If you have your hands under your knees or you're on a pillow and you'd like to find more depth, you can release the whatever's supporting you and just let your palms be by your side and then drop the head down. Take 5 more breaths wherever you are. Take a big breath in through the nose. Let it go with a sigh from the mouth. On your next inhale, slowly rise up, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Move as slow as possible. Letting the shoulders and then the head rise up last. Good, and then for a counter stretch, bring your hands behind you. We're gonna find reverse tabletop. Press into the feet and lift the hips up. The gaze can be up towards the sky, or maybe you drop the head back. Just opening through the front of the body. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sit on down, back to your seat. Cross your legs in the opposite direction this time. And then palms can rest in your lap, or if you'd like, maybe palms flip up, supporting your right palm with your left. That's a good way to bring our left side back in balance. So allowing the left side, that's your feminine side, your cool and calm side, to support your more masculine, energetic side. And so whichever position of the hands you find, start to close the eyes. And let your body be at rest and find your natural breath. Allowing yourself to be still here. And then begin to shift your awareness away from your breath. Start to listen to the play of sounds that surround you. Notice whether these sounds are soft or loud, far or near. Just listen. Notice how all the sounds arise and vanish, leaving no trace. Listen for a while in this relaxed, open way, putting all judgments aside. As you listen, let yourself sense or imagine that your mind is not limited to your head. Sense that your mind is expanding to be like the sky. Open, clear, vast like space. There is no inside or outside. Let the awareness of your mind extend in every direction like the sky. Allow the sounds that you hear to arise and pass away in this open sky of your mind. Relax in this huge openness and just listen. Let the sounds come and go, far and near, like clouds in the vast sky of your own awareness. The sounds play through the sky, appearing and disappearing without resistance. Then, as you rest in this state of open awareness, notice how thoughts and images also arise and vanish. They are like clouds. Let the thoughts and images come and go without struggle or resistance. Pleasant and unpleasant thoughts, pictures, words, and feelings move unrestricted in the space of mind. Problems, possibilities, joys, and sorrows come and go in the vast open sky of mind. After a time, let the spacious awareness notice the body. Become aware of how the body is not solid. The sensations of breath and body float and change in that same open sky of awareness. In awareness, the body can be felt as floating areas of hardness and softness, pressure and tingling, warm and cool sensations, all appearing in the space of the mind's awareness. Notice too how the breath itself breathes itself. That breath, it moves like a breeze. Allow all experience to be like clouds. The breath moves as it will. Sensations flow and change. Allow all thoughts and images, feelings and sounds to come and go, floating in the clear, open space of awareness. And finally, pay attention to that awareness itself. Notice how the open space of awareness is naturally clear, transparent, timeless, without conflict, allowing all things to be, but not limited by them. Remember the pure, open sky of your own true nature. Return to it. Trust it. It is home. Use the next few rounds of breath just to allow all of that to sink in. And take a breath in. And on your exhale, drop your chin in towards your chest. Breathe into the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale to bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Nod the head yes. Extend the left arm long. And keep the eyes closed. Or just keep that soft gaze. Noticing these sensations also in that sense of spacious awareness. Noticing what comes, noticing what goes. On your next exhale, drop chin into the chest and left ear to left shoulder. And again, nod the head. Extending the right arm. Getting that nice stretch through the right side of the neck. And part the lips and the teeth to ensure that the jaw is relaxed. And maybe taking a few breaths in through the nose and out of the mouth. If you feel called to do that. Exhale, chin back to the chest. And inhale, look up. Let's come onto our bellies. Finding a Sphinx pose. And I recommend bringing a pillow under the forearms. And if that feels like too much of a sensation, actually it does to me today. So I'm just gonna come on the ground, releasing the pillow. And then if with elbows under the shoulders, if that feels like too much, walk the elbows forward a little bit. And let's all just let the shoulders melt up towards the ears, allowing this to be a very passive stretch through the front of the body. You can even drop your chin down into the chest if that feels nice for the back of the neck. Notice as your belly presses in towards the earth as you breathe in. And moves away as you breathe out. Let's take 5 more breaths. You can start to straighten the elbows if you'd like. Find a cobra. And if you choose that option, you might drop the head back. Take another breath in. Exhale to release, stacking one palm over the other. Rest your forehead on the stacked palms. And just let your whole body rest here in this crocodile pose. And then bend the knees. Windshield wiper the feet side to side, keeping the forehead resting on the hands. Good, and release. Press into your hands. Press back into a child's pose. Bring that pillow back so that it's under your body. And then rest one cheek on the pillow. You can extend your arms along the pillow, or maybe they come by your side, palms face up by the sides of the feet. You can play with both options to see what feels best. And then when you get there, just let the hips be heavy towards the feet. And let the whole upper body just rest completely on that pillow. If you have one cheek to the pillow, switch sides. Finding that spacious awareness. Noticing the thoughts as they come and letting them go, just like they were clouds passing in the sky. There's no holding on to clouds. In the same way that there is no holding on to thoughts or emotions for that matter. They both just come and they go. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're neutral, but they're all just coming and going. And so we can stay open enough to allow them just to pass through us like a tunnel. Bring your hands under the shoulders and start to push yourself up. We're going to come into deer pose. Keep your pillow handy, and if you can, grab a bigger pillow actually. So I'm going to bring this handy dandy thicker pillow to my side, and bring your right foot in front, your left leg behind you. Both knees are bent. So your right knee is going to be at a little bit of diagonal from your hip, and the foot in front of the left thigh. You're going to try to get that left knee to be in line with the left hip, and then the left foot to be in line with the knee. So that back leg is like a Z type position. And then I'm going to have you bring your hands on either side of the right, so you're twisting to the right. Take a big breath in to lengthen. And on the exhale, just drape your body over that pillow. You can rest the right or left cheek on the mat. The left cheek is going to be more intense. So you be the decider of that. You'll just make more of a twist in your body. And then rest your palms face down on either side of the pillow, and just take a little nap here. And if this isn't quite too comfortable, if this is too much of a stretch, stack two pillows on top of each other. So lift the ground up to you so that you can really drop down into this posture. I've been taking a regular yin practice on Sundays at the studio where I teach on Sunday afternoons. And the yin class is right after I teach that class, and she does this posture a lot. And I've just grown to really love it. I find that it feels so nourishing. And for me, it's just the slightest of a stretch in the low back of that left side. It's kind of like a hard to reach place. And so you might consider where you feel the stretch the most. It probably will look different in your body. Let's take 3 more breaths. Sink down even further. Let's take 2 more. It feels too good here. Good. Bring your hands under your shoulders, unless you want to stay there longer. If you found a really good place and you just want to hang out there for a little bit longer, then hang out there. There's no rush. But if you're moving with me to the other side, put the pillow to the other side and just wrap your legs around. So I'm going to reposition, but you don't really have to reposition. I'm going to so I can see the camera. But you could just let your knees drop to the side, and then you're all of a sudden on the left side. So take your time to find the positioning here. And now if that right knee, that's kind of like best case scenario with the right knee in line with the hip. If you just can't get it there, then just let the knee come up a little bit. We're not trying to break you here. So just do what you can. And then, yes, the pillow along the left side. And then find your twist and link through the spine. Take a breath in. And then on your exhale, just drop on down, resting that left cheek or maybe the right for a more intense variety on the mat. And again, you might just notice that subtle smile. Just because you're at peace or feeling a sense of joy, it doesn't mean that it has to show on your face. Notice what it feels like in your body to be in a state of peace and ease. When we know what it feels like, we are more likely to continue healthy habits that bring us into that state. And you can only really know what it feels like if you are completely present with that experience. So acknowledging with every part of your being what does it feel like for the body to simply breathe itself? For you to be able to let go of the control and allow the body to do what it does best. What does it feel like to not have to think? To not have to be on your A game? To not have to do? For such a short moment in time. See if you can relax any other part of the body any further. Maybe relaxing the arms, or maybe one leg or hip is clenching unnecessarily. See if you can drop any holding. Take 2 more breaths. Good. Hands under the shoulders. Push your way up. And then take your time to come back around. And let's find a butterfly with the feet. Let your feet drop, pull, come pretty far away from the body. Bring your hands on the inside of the feet, opening them up like a book. And guide your elbows in towards the inner thigh. And on the inhale, lengthen the spine and push the knees in towards the ground. And on the exhale, just round the spine forward. You can bring a pillow underneath if you need a little more support. And you can stack one hand on top of the other. We're just going to take 3 breaths here, not as long as the other postures. On your next inhale, slowly rise up 1 vertebrae at a time. And walk your knees in towards each other. We'll find hammock pose, unless you want to take reverse tabletop or plank like we did earlier. You just place your hands behind you and just sink into the shoulders again, letting the shoulders rise up towards the ears. And you can once again rotate the ankles in the other direction. And then we'll come all the way onto our back. Keep your long pillow handy. We're going to use that for Shavasana. Turn your feet on the ground and lift your hips, shift them to the left, and drop your knees to the right, stacking the left knee on top of the right knee for a gentle supine twist. You can even, if that feels like too deep of a stretch, you can place the pillow in between your thighs. So we're twisting from the navel, aiding in digestion and also immunity. Because when our digestion is strong, our immune system is strong. Check that left shoulder is pressed into the ground. So both shoulders heavy. Take 5 more breaths wherever you are. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hips to the right. That gives our spine space to find the twist. Knees to the left. You might notice how your body feels different on this side compared to the other. Maybe you need more or less of a stretch. And that's all okay. We carry ourselves in different ways and do certain things with one side of the body. So of course we will be slightly out of balance. It's all okay. As long as you know how to support yourself on either side. Take 3 more breaths. Beautiful. Come back to the center. And we will find our Shavasana. Bring that pillow under your knees. Extend the legs. That's just a really nice way to release the low back. You can rest both hands on the belly or maybe palms by the side, face up. Allow the toes to drop towards the outside. If you need a cleansing breath to arrive, feel free to take it now, as many sighs as you need to really get comfortable. And just drop into this experience. Noticing all the sounds that are around you, just like clouds passing in the sky. Noticing that you are the center of all of it. And you are still and quiet. Just observing all of it.
You still there?
I'm still here. We're in Shavasana.
Okay.
That is a good cue to pull us out. Start to come back to your breath. Let it go with a sigh. Start to find some gentle movement of the fingers and toes. Rotation of the wrist and the ankles. Just slowly waking back up, extending the arms along the ears, stretching from one side of the room to the next. And then roll over to that fetal position on either side, supporting the head with the arm, knees towards the chest. So I have a quote in my bathroom mirror from Princess Diana. And The quote is something like this. We should all show how we care for one another, and in the process, care for ourselves. So just coming here to this style of practice, this practice that encourages you to be still and quiet and allows you to process life, that is your way. That is one way that you show that you care for yourself. And in doing this and dropping down and really honoring this special time for you, you can be more present and available to those that you care about, offering all of the services that you do to the world. So thank you on behalf of all of us for practicing. Begin to push yourself up to a seat, palms together, heart center, Anjali Mudra. The love and light within me appreciates and bows to that love and light within all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste.